Now, I was reading this article right here, and I got a very big chuckle, especially when I got down to the point where I read the editor who actually made this article was going at the people in the comment section. So I figured, let me go make a video and kind of call this out, because this guy right here, it's obvious that he's on the pom-poms of the Hurricane Inline 6, and he's not a very big Hemi guy, especially with his article's title, "We have proof that the Ram 1500 Hemi V8 is slower than the Hurricane Inline 6, and no one cares, Jared." So I won't talk about this in this video, and I want you to have a nice big chuckle with me. So let's talk about this situation right now. Okay, I'm over 52,000 friends, and the 56% of you guys who are watching these videos over and over again but haven't helped the butter out, help join the channel, help me get to 100,000 subscribers, because I can't get there without each and every single one of you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I think there's some weird little hype button out there to kind of help these videos out. So make sure you guys help a butter out, join the team, and let's get right into this video, because I found it very fun reading this article. I read articles literally every single day, right? That way I can get kind of like, you know, keep in the know about things that are being spread out there by these journalists and stuff. So I read this article from CarBuzz, and it's very obvious this journalist was very butthurt about people liking the Hemi V8 over the Hurricane Inline 6 engine and stuff. And I guess he just doesn't get it. So I want to show you guys this article because it's actually quite funny, because I'm going to tell, what was his name? Let me look it up. Jared Rosenholz. Like, Jared, it does not matter what you think, cause the various things. Any executive that wanted to push the Hurricane Inline 6 nonsense, it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter about the stats. If the customers want Hemi V8s, you don't go make an Inline 6 and then drop all the Hemi V8s out cold turkey within the same year. You just don't do that, right? You act like freaking Ford went and introduced EcoBoost engines, and then the next year eliminate the V8 engine from the lineup in the F-150 and stuff, right? That's not what Ford did. You see what Ford is doing right now. EcoBoost and V8s. Ram did basically the exact opposite, right? Inline 6, bam, no Hemi V8s in 1 year. So I'm just saying, what do you think customers are gonna do when you basically eliminate an engine that made up probably, I'll just give it 50-50. Half of the sales probably Pentasars, the other half was probably Hemi V8. So what do you think customers are gonna do in the 1 year you just basically go cold turkey and get rid of the V8 and stuff? They're not gonna buy your products. So I'm just saying, maybe it's a good reason you're not an auto executive and just stick to being a journalist. So I'm just saying. Let's see, the Ram 1500 got a major refresh for the 2025 model year, earning a CarBuzz Truck of the Year award in 2024. Among the big changes was a new engine under the hood, a twin turbocharged inline 6 engine called the Hurricane that no one cares about, and literally every single vehicle that engine has been put in has been a sales disaster. Wagoneers, sales disaster. Ram 1500, sales disaster. Basically the Charger, I guarantee you coming up when those cars go on sales, I guarantee you those cars are going to be a sales disaster, because Ram bragged that within 24 hours of putting the Hemi into the Ram 1500, they got 10,000 orders. It's been, let me look at my watch since Roadkill Nights. It's been about almost 2-3 months since Roadkill Nights when the actual Chargers 6-packs went on sales. I have seen a single article from a single journalist saying that the 6-packs got like 10,000 orders within 24 hours. It's not going to happen. No one likes that engine. So I'm just saying. Let's see, a twin turbocharged inline 6 Hurricane, which replaces Ram's long-standing Hemi V8. It was gutsier, more efficient, and smoother. We loved it, yay! No one cares. Oh, how wrong we were. Ram customers quickly demanded the brand bring back the V8 engine, and as soon as former CEO Tim Knisis returned to the company, the Hemi made its return after a brief hiatus. The 2026 Ram 1500 once again is available with a 5.7 Hemi V8 under the hood in certain trim levels, and loyal fans are already flocking to it, placing 10,000 orders within 24 hours after the engine was announced. But I mean, what other proof do you need that the actual Hurricane engine will never be as popular as a Hemi V8 engine, right? I mean, we had like over 30 years of Hemi V8s and stuff, and then all of a sudden they think it's just gonna be cool to go cold turkey, eliminate the Hemi and stuff, and then we're gonna just go and jump in this 6-pack nonsense. And obviously it did not work, because you see it right there. He even acknowledges right here, within 24 hours, 10,000 pre-orders. And I'll tell you this, I guarantee you that if Ram would announce that they're gonna return the Hemi V8 without e-torque in there, they probably would have got 15 to 20,000 orders and stuff, right? I guarantee you that would happen. And like I said, no one is flocking to Dodge to order a 6-pack Hurricane Charger. I think that vehicle is going to be a sales disaster, and I'm pretty sure once they announce a 5.7 Hemi going back to the Charger and stuff, and that vehicle should be cheaper when it gets released compared to a Hurricane, I guarantee you, you're going to see an article talking about record sales for the 5.7 Charger. I guarantee it. Book it. I guarantee you, you'll probably see 10 to 15,000 pre-orders for Hurricane Power, not a Hurricane Power, but a Hemi Power V8 Charger. You can book that. But if you go through the rest of the article, it's obvious that he's trying to skew you towards the Hurricane Inline 6 being leagues better than the actual Hemi V8 coming back, especially the 5.7. I mean, we have all the actual horsepower numbers and stuff show that the Hemi V8 is down on horsepower by a lot and torque. And then you go down here, I found this headline funny, the Hemi returns to lose, and just saying that it's pretty slow and stuff, it being 6.39 seconds to 0 to 60, and then that the Hurricanes, the standard output and high output, they are literally over a second faster. But at the end of the day, no one cares. We want the sound of the Hemi and the reliability of the Hemi, because you can go watch other videos by other creators, especially ones who are mechanics by trade and stuff. They'll tell you that the Hurricane engine has a very bad nickname amongst mechanics, and they don't like it. So I'm just saying, fuel economy and towing and stuff, you'll see right here that it pretty much, the Hemi V8 holds its own against the Hurricanes, right? The standard output Hurricane, it beats it by a couple 100 pounds and stuff. But when you compare the Hemi V8 to the high output Hurricane engine and stuff, you can see that the Hemi V8 is just way better in that particular vehicle than the actual high output version, right? Now, if you go look at price to protest, this is where it shows you how ridiculous this is. There is no way in the world that the Hemi V8 should be a $2,800 option over getting, you know, a Hurricane. A Hurricane is $1,700 option. A Hemi V8 is pretty much $2,900, right? It doesn't even make sense. If you go look at the direct connection and see how much the crate engine of a Hurricane costs compared to a 5.7 Hemi V8, it's not really even close. So that just shows me right there that Stellantis is doing a money grab to basically charge customers who want the Hemi V8 compared to just pushing them into Hurricanes. And obviously it's not working, and they got 10,000 pre-orders. So I'm just saying, I think Ram will get a little bit more juice and climb to get more sales, and they get rid of this $2,800 option and stuff. And hopefully next year they'll get rid of this crap when they actually get rid of the e-torque system off the Hemi V8. Not really care about that. I think the one part I do agree with him is that in our opinion, the move to bring the Hemi V8 back to Ram 1500 would have been more meaningful if we finally got a 6.4 liter Hemi engine, not the 5.7 liter engine, with virtually no changes for the 2024 model year. But Tim Kniss already explained that it had to come like that in order to actually take advantage of a loophole that we didn't get recertified, all that crap. We had to come back exactly the same in 2024, because 2024 they only had an e-torque 5.7 and that was it, right? So hopefully next year, for the next model year, they're gonna bring the 392 and all that stuff back, and we're gonna actually see that engine and probably the higher cost trims. But I'm just saying, as you know, that motor delivers 405 horsepower, 429 foot-pounds of torque in the Ram 2500, which would have been slightly more competitive against the Hurricane. And we don't know whether that's going to be the 6.4 BGE out of the 2500, or would it be the 392 version that might become through like Dodge, or like especially like into the Durango 392 and with the Jeep Grand Cherokee 392. Maybe that version could have come in the Ram 1500 and stuff next year. We don't know, but we'll see, right? Let's see. We also know the 392 V8 is capable of more, and since it produced up to 485 horsepower and 475 foot-pounds of torque in SRT applications. and word around a campfire, we should see some 392s next year. I was told sometime in the first half of next year, we should see these particular engines in around 1500s and stuff. We just had to wait and see how much horsepower they're going to have. Are they going to do the BG engine from the 2500, or they're going to do the actual 392s from the actual Durango 392 and the, well, I know the Grand Cherokee hasn't been announced with the 392, but there was a 392 in the Grand Cherokee in previous years. But we just had to wait and see next year exactly what's going to happen. But I know that's something they got to do with the government in order to actually get this vehicle certified and stuff for the next model year. And that's why we haven't seen really any announcements. But I was told by people that these vehicles are coming with the 392s in there, and it should be pretty interesting. The only thing going to be a very big holdback is how much money is Ram going to charge for them. Because I was told to put the 392s in basically the higher trims. Pretty much everything, basically everything higher than RHO. I don't know when the RHO is going to get a 392 engine in there. I think Ram will be smart to make a 392 RHO, but we had to wait and see. But I did hear specifically that the Limited and the Tungsten were going to be two models going to get 392 in there, which I hope they will kind of like change their mind and put in like a Laramie or something. That way people who have a Laramie can get the option and stuff. But as far as I know, as far as I heard, the 392 is coming in like the Limited and the Tungsten. But I want to get down to this section right here. Yeah, my man Jared down here, man, he's like, he's trying to defend this hurricane nonsense, and it's not going very well for Jared. And so you see all these people leaving all these paragraphs. Like, I'm not gonna bore you to read all this stuff. If you want to pause the video and read all these comments and stuff that people have said, you're free to do so. And Jared's not having a very good day trying to comment and trying to basically save EVs and hurricanes. So you can read this stuff, and it's quite funny. And I think it was like one or two of them that I'll actually go through. I'll stop right here so you can pause if you want to read this. This very, very long paragraph. I don't get how people leave these long paragraphs and think people are going to basically read it like that. But I guess Jared did and stuff. Jared is definitely trying to, like I said, trying to hold the hurricane with esteemed honors. It's hard to be against an engine that wins in every counting metric. And I guess you don't understand, Jared, that part of the counting metric is how the engine sounds. And then Christopher's getting smart with him, and Jared getting smart back and stuff, which is pretty funny. You can go read that part right there if you want to. Let's see. When will these auto journalists get that we don't care about the 0-60 times or fuel efficiency to a certain extent when there's a V8 in play? It's all about the sound and motion experience, something a V6 will never provide. And there goes Jared with his comment. I'm pretty sure people used to tell me they only care about performance and nothing else. How quickly had the tables turned? No, people care about performance and a V8 engine as well too, Jared. I'm just saying, man. People are leaving a ton of paragraphs. I'm not reading paragraphs. I'm sorry. And here you go, Jared again. Myself, along with a lot of truck buyers, want durability and reliability and don't drag race our pickups. How many of these small displacement turbocharged engines will go 150K miles by major replacement or repair? I bet very few. And then you have Jared talking about, do you like towing more and spending less on gasoline? Because a hurricane is better for that too. Jared's not having a very good day. He's like literally trying to, he give that one thing, talk about how he supports the Hemi in any way. This is what most journalists and car manufacturers can't seem to understand. We don't care what's faster, it's the theatrics of the sound. We are limited to where we can drive fast, but damn, we can make a beautiful noise at cruising speed. 0-60 is under 5 seconds is honestly fast enough, especially for a pickup truck. That's definitely decent enough. Realistically, 600 horsepower is fast enough, but that's what Jared was like. That's why I focus on a ton of other metrics like towing, payload, and fuel economy, and the Hurricane is better at all three of them. But nobody cares, Jared. Nobody cares about the actual Hurricane engine. So when it comes to a Hemi V8, customers want what they want. And basically going through the Stellantis route of bringing the Hurricanes out, basically going cold turkey on the Hemis because they were paying compliance fines. They should have still paid the compliance fines because the numbers never lie. When they had Hemis in the lineup, they was getting multiple billions of dollars of profit. The first year they got rid of Hemi, they lost about what, 30-40% of their profit and stuff. And then the next year, this year, they're looking at negative billions of dollars of profit. Negative billion of profit. Numbers never lie. The hurricane in the EV era is a disaster and literally crashed within 1.5 years. The Hemi era, they made money. They had a ton of profit. So without the Hemi, Stellantis is SOL. And hopefully, just hopefully, fingers crossed, that they'll go and make some kind of newer announcement that they're going to invest multiple millions of dollars into a next generation V8 engine and stuff. Like, make it public that they're doing this, because GM did the same thing. GM said they're investing over $800 million to a next generation V8 engine and stuff. And GM, they sell a nice little mix of electric vehicles, hybrids, and gasoline powered vehicles and stuff. And they have a way better balanced spreadsheet and stuff. So I'm just saying, GM can get this right, Ford can get this right, but for some reason, Stellantis thought they were gonna go EV only. We're gonna be the only company to go EVs and hybrids and stuff. And we think we're gonna make all this extra billions of dollars in profit. And like I said, they are looking SOL with negative billions of dollars in profit in this failed hurricane and EV era. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Will these journalists get it through their thick skulls that people don't want this hurricane bull crap, that we want the Hemi or else? So I'm just saying, but let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. If you want to check out what I think is going to be the next generation 4 Hemi stuff that I exposed in this video right here, you can check it out. And until the next time, I'm out.